Hello, I am Nimja, and this is Are You Immersed? This file is a fantasy, probably. In a way, it's something that could help you to realize the reality of the world, or perhaps to question it. There might be ways in which all of this is an illusion, an elaborate construction, maybe even a simulation. There have been many theories on the subject, if we are living in a simulation or not, and almost always the conclusion is we can't know. And that in itself can be both interesting and boring. While we know the answer, we also don't know the answer. It doesn't really matter if life is a simulation or not. But if it was, how would it feel to wake up from that simulation, even for a moment? How would that feel? Would you know that you are no more than a human stuck in a special tank, immersed in a strange liquid that helps you to survive? Would you be aware of the many interfaces, the wires connecting to your mind and body to help you to imagine, to fantasize, to be inspired and create, to do and do not, to simply live? How would it feel to have a fraction of a second of the real reality? From where you were just a blink away, and suddenly colors are different. What would you be able to see? How would you feel if your mind was truly disconnected for just a moment? How deep would you have to be in trance to truly wake up? How much would your mind have to be blank to open itself up to the possibility? In a way, it might be easier to imagine than you think. What happens when you dream? Do you close your eyes and imagine all these wild scenarios happening to yourself, convinced that they are real while you are dreaming? How can you know that you're truly awake? How do you know when you're sleeping? Even lucid dreams tend to have some strangeness to it, surprises of your unconscious. And I can imagine how it would look. A pod or tank filled with a strange liquid, completely encompassing your body. So strangely solid that it would simply keep you buoyant, floating as if in space, enclosed within a strong tank that makes sure that you're safe from everything else. Embedded within you, various connections and connectors, food, water, and of course all the nutrients you need for your body to grow. Implanted with various devices to help track your thoughts, measure your mind, make sure that each and every part of you is going as it should. Every part of your body immersed in the simulation, in this strange fantasy. How would it be to blink and have a glimpse of that reality? Would you even be able to flex any muscles? Or would you simply drop back down, almost immediately forgetting what you've seen? The strange science fiction that might have been reality melting from your mind, drifting like a dream, floating away into nothingness. I wonder if you've had that dream before. How detailed was it? Can you still remember each and every plug, the texture, the glint of light, the materials? Can you still remember the way that your mind went blank as you thought of it? A simple moment in time, blissfully blanking into nothingness, and a drop away from total emptiness, where your mind has no choice but to find and explore the nothingness. It's only a blink away, and yet, once your eyes open, everything will look back as it was. The world will remain unchanged regardless of what you know or fantasize. Are you immersed in this strange concept? Has your brain been wired to just respond to a drop and then go back into that state again? Maybe there's also this fun moment when your eyes sort of blink and you awake, become aware of how deep you were, but feel the dream melting away, ethereal like mist, vague like fog. And as you probably can easily imagine the enclosure around you, the strong materials immersed in a strange bath of supporting slime, embedded to connect, encompassed by the tank, implanted with features. And every moment that you think about it, you could choose to wonder if it's real or not, or simply accept whatever reality you perceive. I'm sure it makes no difference your mind will still drop and enjoy that moment of clarity, blankness, leading into a more relaxing feeling, even if the dreams drift away after you wake. And it is a question of sorts, whether we live in a simulation or not. If reality is really real, it's also irrelevant, since we still have to live with it, do our best, and try not to think of how easily you drop once those blank thoughts return, and enjoy the strange sci-fi fantasies of the possible impossibility of how you could be kept unaware of that layer. So in a moment when I wake you back up, don't worry, this is all just a fantasy, probably. And you can let go of the thoughts like a dream, as the rising of the sun evaporates the dew. So does this dream right now for you. Evaporates and dissipates. And all it takes is a wake. And welcome back. It's quite alright if you need a moment, but you are likely awake.